Hello Gunpla fans, today it's Speedball Haro, and today for you guys I have the review and unboxing, or well, in the case of this package, the opening of the entry grade light package version of the 144 scale Strike Gundam. And as you can see, this is the one with the Strike daggers. And of course, as you can tell by the image on the packaging and such like that, this is not the retail release. This is of the Ichiban Koji Lotto prize event that you can get this from. And of course, as you can see, this was the D prize level. And I'd like to take the second to thank Mr. Kurosama, a friend of mine who got so many of these prizes, and I was able to buy one from at a good price, actually, I have to say. Because for those who are not aware of this fact, the Strike Gundam entry grades, because there's going to be 2 retails plus a holiday one, and right now none of them are available or out yet because they're not to be released until December and January, from what I recall. This, of course, was for the special events, so that's the only difference there. So yeah, as you can see from the package, though, this is its light package version, which I believe they will be doing as well when they do release the standard version with the dagger blades as well. So yeah, in fact, it even shows it here on the packaging with the solid parts. Literally, these are all the solid image versions. So yeah, it's just the same package, but of course this one's filled with the clear parts, because that's what this one's all about. Definitely looks interesting, looks cool. And of course, for those who know the entry grade lines, it's gonna be easy to put together. So let's get this open real quick. There we go. Don't want to break it, or rip it, I should say. And let's take everything out so you guys can see. I was snagging on things, it seems. Huh. Go. Wow, this does not want to come out. Sorry about that. Let's put that aside. And yes, these are the runners you will get with pretty much any version of the entry grade Strike you will obtain, minus the weapon parts, of course. That'll be pretty much the only major difference. And of course, as you can see, let's see how many runners there are. Let's see, minus the manual, as you can see, you'll get a total of 3 runners. And of course, as you can see, and in this version's case, pretty much the white, blue, yeah, that's it. The white and blue parts are the clear sections, whereas the gray and red, and of course the little bit of yellow, are all in solid. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And of course, yes, this is the section where you'd get the daggers. So there you go. And as you can see, this is the clear white, how it looks. It's got like, it's really clear, wow. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to check out the parts, because I don't really build too many clear kits, but this one, you know, I had to try out. Figured why not. And let's see, so you guys can see the other sections. Now the red is a complete solid, like I mentioned. So yeah, that's cool. And here's the blue. It's really nice, actually. A nice clear blue, actually. It's really nice. Let's see. There's the V-fin, the eyes, and so on. Yeah. So yeah, I'll get this put together, and we'll get to check them out. So yeah. And like I said, I'd like to take that second, as I mentioned, to thank Kurosama for this. And of course, this nice piece of visual board I got as well, which looks really nice. Now, of course, if you've never built this, I will mention real quick, there aren't any stickers, as in if you've never built any entry grade kits before, this one does not come with any stickers at all, because pretty much all the parts are parts separate. So yeah, this will definitely be interesting. And alright, now if you give me a few seconds, I'll get this guy put together. And there you have it. That's right, this is the entry grade 144 scale light package version Strike Gundam. And as you can see here, and of course this is the Lotto version, so of course it's all in clear plastic minus the red and gray. But as you can see, yep, this is what you're going to get when you build the entry grade version of this Strike. So yeah, and I have to say, it's definitely not hard to build, just like the RX entry grade. Easy to do, easy to put together, easy to follow instructions, and so on. So yeah, and of course I have tested the joints and such. It's just like the RX's ball joints, all that. Not hard, they're not too tight and such. Though I did notice on mine, for some reason, whenever you move this, at least on mine, is the right leg here. If you move it a bit much, it really okay. Oh, say sorry. Before when I was testing the leg out, this leg kept popping out on me. Huh. So of course it doesn't want to do it on camera. Thanks. Okay, but articulation is as you would expect, all ball joints. So of course you got ball joint hands. You got the ball joint shoulders, which I noticed is tight on the shoulder section. You got, just so you know, because you have to move the shoulder up just to properly move this all the way up, as you can see, and that's as far as you can go up. But he does, but because of the joint mechanism in the shoulder, as you can see, you can move in and out pretty easy, pretty well. And of course, he has the full bend. He doesn't have a double bend, but he does have a good bend, 90 degrees. Gotta like that. Same with this other side. Head has the simple neck setup. Really cool. His head can spin all the way around. There you go. And of course, his waist, he can do the same, 360. No problems, no looseness. And he does have an ab crunch. He's working out, beating all the Zofs. And of course, he does have a tilt bend, both sides. That's the one thing I like about these newer entry grade kits. They have, even though they're really simple to build, they have so many articulation possibilities. It's just so much fun. And of course, his side skirts do move, as you can see. See? And of course, you can, if I don't know why, but you can spin them all over up to a point. No, yeah, you can do it all the way. Such. And as for his legs, you can move them this far because sadly this back skirt does not are not separate, so they are, as you see, one piece, so it stays as you see it. But the front skirt, however, you can, if you cut, especially if you cut the middle like I usually do, you can move his legs all the way out, and you can keep the skirt separate. And just though his legs have a really cool bend, as you can see. You can bend all the way back. And okay, now the leg pops out. Thanks. His leg, and well, since I have it off, why not? Yeah, put that down for 1 second. And his leg does have a small joint up here, which allows it to turn all the way around. And of course, we'll allow it, of course, for turning on here. So you can definitely pose them in really cool poses. And he does have ankle. First, the skirt. Yeah, it's a ball joint as well, as you can guess. My bad. And his feet, his ankles can go that far. And, well, with the way the ball joint setup is in the foot, as you can see, his feet can really go far. Though I wouldn't recommend doing it too much because I've learned when I was doing mine, or playing around with it, that can pop the foot out, just so you know. And yeah, that's pretty much it articulation wise. So yeah, that's a pretty cool little strike. And being that we don't have a huge number of 144s, minus all the build versions and such, you know, it's a pretty cool fact this little guy has. And it's so simple. It's perfect for pretty much all ages. Well, for those who are beginning and such. So yeah, I love that fact. Now, of course, as you can clearly see, this is the special clear version. So what makes this version even more unique is that because of how clear the plastic is, you can actually see like the inner joints and such all the way up to his head. If I can get this right. Let's see if I can get that. See? You could actually see all the separate parts that you use to make the face and such right through the head. Even the gray on the side for his guns and such. That's really cool. And the way you look, and the way this blue looks, I don't know if it's just me, but in some light it actually almost looks metallic. So, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. It's really cool about that. And of course, because this is the light package version, this one specifically comes with his strike daggers. Because if you are wondering, no, his between the two variant releases, only the light package version will be having the daggers weapons, whereas the others will have his gun and shield. And sadly, though, neither version so far, at least at this point, will have any striker pack accessories. But let's see. As you can see, this is the strike dagger. Pretty nice. Now, unfortunately, if you were wondering, no, you can't fold it up or put it in the skirt armor. Though then again, it's entry grade, so yeah. But it's really nice though. The detail is really cool. A little panel lining, and you can bring it all out. Really nice fit, and it does fit pretty well in his hand with no problems. See? See? I could shake him all I want, and he's not gonna drop that knife. So yes, that means if you tick him off, he will shank you. See? Yeah, I love that. And yes, he has two of them, meaning that he can carry them in both hands. And of course, you can hold them either way, up or backwards, so he can do different battle poses. And of course, if you happen to have a Jin, this would be perfect to replicate his first attack against them. Gotta love that. Now, of course, I did try some ideas out, see what other compatibilities he has. So, but before I forget, let's take these out for a second. Now, the hands do have covers, so you can remove them if you need to for other weapons. But I picked out simpler weapons, just for fun, like this, just a basic Leo machine gun, just to see it. And as you can see, you can hold it with no problem. See? Won't even fall out. Simple and easy. And I also picked out just a spare shield I had, because if you didn't notice, right there on his elbow he has a port for shield attachment, which of course is why he will have his shield in his other kits. As you can see, you can attach it there just like any other shield. There we go. Fun and such. Yeah. So there's that. Now, of course, the one question many Seed fans will want to know What about striker packs? As I was mentioning, sadly the EG releases will not have any striker packs, yet is he striker pack compatible? Well, I have good news for you. He is. As you can see right, if I can get the light right, there it is. See, he does have a port for striker packs and other backpacks and such, so I went into my collection of seed and such, and I pulled out from my high grade noir, well, strike noir, I should say, his striker pack. So let's take a look. As you can see, plugs in just like that, and yeah, let's set it up. And as you can see, our little friend here is compatible with striker packs. Now, I actually did try a couple other packs too, like wizard packs and such that I have. No, unfortunately, no, they do not work with them. But as you can see, and as I mentioned, striker packs will work with them. So if you do happen to have, extra packs or such like that, yes, you can attach them. Now, of course, the only ones I know most fans would probably really want to put on him would be his standard ale pack. So of course you can either get the high grade original strike, or of course the revived high grade cosmic era strikes, which because there are multiple versions you can get. Yet sadly no noir. But yeah, you can get one of those to put on this little guy, and you'll have a full strike setup. So yeah, love that fact. Now of course let's do a little size comparison. Because, of course, you're probably thinking it's an entry grade, so it's probably a small kit. Well, because we're working with seed, I figured I'll throw in some of my old seed high grades so you guys can check it out. Starting with, of course, the Strike Noir. As you can see, both about the same size. Barely any differences minus V in height and such. So let's move him to the side. Let's see. Here's one. Of course, I had to pick a Zaft mobile suit, and that is the Providence Gundam, the original high grade. I hope one day we get a revive of this guy. But yeah, as you can see, minus the funnels, about the same height and up to a point and such. And let's see. Because this was one of my favorite guys in the series, of course, you got to compare him with the Desert Tiger's own Lagu. This guy needs out of master grade, don't you guys think? And just because. As you can see, so pretty much he would be the same height as any other strike of high grade and even real grade proportions. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. And lastly, second to last. Sorry, I pulled out a good number to compare him with. I even pulled him out a Zaku Phantom. Show you this so you guys can see. that. And lastly, of course, I had to bring him in. The Gundam Aegis High Grade. You gotta have these two together. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, it's definitely a good kit, and once it does come out officially and retail wise, around December and January, if I hadn't already mentioned, uh, yeah, I totally would recommend this little guy because it's the strike. You gotta have that many. But seriously, no, it's a good kit. It's perfect for beginners, especially with Seed and how much Seed is well loved. It's perfect for them. And let's see. Oh, and plus, if you weren't aware of this, there is the holiday tin one that's coming out soon that will have the Strike Rouge if you're a fan of Rouge. So definite. And of course, down the road, I'm pretty sure, if I take a good guess, we will probably see more Strike variants in this mold. I'm hoping, honestly, we could see a let's see, what's the ones I'm thinking of? Well, honestly, I would love to see a Strike Noir version, just for fun. That would just be so cool to see it. Let's see, there's that one. There's the phase shift down version. Huh? What do you guys think? You guys want to see that in this? And there's bound to be a good number of others we could see with this kit, because being that the RX got so many, this little guy could probably get a fair amount as well. In fact, I'm even wondering, since we did just get the American Type RX-78EG, what do you guys think? Do you think we'll see an American Type Strike Gundam? Huh? No? However, but yeah, as I said, I totally recommend it. So yeah, that's pretty much all for today. I hope everyone is safe, doing good, enjoying your hobby, and of course, when you can, pick up a good army scale amount of these little guys, because one thing I hope they'll do is maybe do like a weapon set of some kind where you can swap the headset out and certain parts out so you can do some strike daggers out of this little guy. That would be a perfect use for this mold, and the RX too, for some GMs. So yeah, that's all for today. So I'd like to say thank you all for coming.